It's time for Mr. Fundamental!
Presented by no one.
One of the best assets a rebuilding NBA team has is cap space. They will take on salary from a competitive team who are over the cap and usually ask for a young player or draft compensation in return. The most recent example is the Andre Iguodala trade to the Memphis Grizzlies. Iggy is still a coveted player, but the Grizzlies took around $17 million in salary for the Warriors to sign D'Angelo Russell. Through that, they nabbed a lightly protected first-round pick in 2024 to help with their rebuild. The Chicago Bulls have been in rebuild mode after the Jimmy Butler trade and should be making trades like these to get either young prospects or draft picks to expedite their rebuild. But what they focused on is cash considerations. Just look at this graph, courtesy of Blogger Bull. Ever since the 2017 draft, the Bulls have accumulated the most cash considerations, almost $3 million more than the 76ers, coming off the process with a boatload of draft picks. This is a summary of their trades during this period. They did what rebuilding teams would do, use cap space to absorb salary. They basically sent out $55 million in guaranteed money and took back $126 million, including Porter's player option. In the process, they got back around $14 million in cash consideration and just 4 draft picks. If you consider their sign and trade for Thomas Satoransky, that goes down to 1 first rounder and a second rounder for absorbing all that salary. I haven't taken into account of their on-court impact, but only Porter and Satoransky are contributing. Hardly a good coup. Also, the Bulls have a total of 13 draft picks in the next 7 years. Compare that to other rebuilding teams. The Knicks have 16, Grizzlies with 18, and both the Thunders and Pelicans have 21 each. Over the past 3 drafts, the Bulls have been drafting quality players. Kobe White, Wendell Carter Jr., Chandler Hutchinson, and Lauri Markkanen, despite his struggles this season. They've been doing well in the draft with their few picks, but imagine if they got some additional picks instead of cash consideration, their rebuild would be further along right now. At the end of the day, the NBA is a business. The cash doesn't help the team, but it does help the investors. Because Chicago is one of the bigger markets, meaning that there's a steady revenue going towards the franchise, these cash considerations basically go straight into their owners' pockets. The Bulls owner, Jerry Reinsdorf, have been reluctant to go above the luxury tax, even when the Bulls were competing for titles. Over the past few years, the Bulls had the 5th lowest total expenditure in the league. Of course, they shouldn't spend when the team isn't competitive, but they're also giving up the edge that they have. Instead of using the marketability of Chicago to offset the cost of building a competitive team, they're just making a lot of money that's not going towards their basketball product. The Bulls have a decent nucleus to become a competitive team in the next few years, but the past 2 years of rebuilding was a missed opportunity outside of financial gains for the owner. This video was based on this great analysis by BullsBlogger, so credits to them, and if you want a more detailed analysis, links in the description. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up down below, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.